Good morning, students. Last day I saw in the WhatsApp group that you people are doing function. So in that regard, I just made a lecture of recursive function. We will discuss recursive function. Okay, my topic is recursive function. Recursive functions means what? Means that type of function which calls itself. That type of function which calls itself means a function will call itself. Suppose we have to find factorial of a given number. Now in class 11th we have learned, suppose we have to find the factorial of 5. Then factorial of 5 may be written as 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, or some student can write it 5 factorial of 5 is equal to 5 into factorial of 4. Now again this can be written as 5 into this factorial of 4 can be written as 4 into factorial of 3. Now again this 3 can be written as factorial of 3 can be written as 3 into factorial of 2. Similarly, this factorial of 2 can be written as 2 into factorial of 1. And as a mathematics student, we all are knowing that factorial of 1 is nothing but 0. What is factorial of 1? Factorial of 1 is equal, factorial of 1 is again, it will be again break into 1 into factorial of 0. And as a mathematics student, we know factorial of 1 will be, factorial of 0 will become 1. That means when we will break it, means factorial of 4 will become factorial of 3, 4 into factorial of 3. Factorial of 3 will become 3 into factorial of 2. Factorial of 2 will become 2 into factorial of 1. And factorial of 1 will become 1 into factorial of 0. And we know that factorial of 0 is 1. This thing we will implement in function. Okay, suppose we want to call the function. Factorial of 3, suppose I am writing. Factorial of 3 can be written as 3 into factorial of 2. Now again this can be break as 2 into factorial of 1. Now again this factorial 1 can be break as 1 into factorial of 0. And at last we are having an end condition that factorial of 0 will become 1. Means here our program will stop. Okay, factorial of 0 becomes, it will return 1. Okay, now what is the purpose of this recursive function? Why we use recursive function? The question is, what is benefit what is benefit of using recursive function? Think about it. What are the benefits? The benefit is that, number one, it reduces the length of the program. What is? Reduces the length of the program. What next? The length of the program will be reduced. Definitely, when the length will be reduced, readability will be improved. Then that means improves readability. Number two. And using recursion, one more thing we can do. We can break the complex programs into, we can handle the complex programs also very easily. We can use it in solving the data structure problems also. Okay, that means we can easily handle complex programs. The third one is can easily handle complex programs. Okay. These are the things which can be done using the recursive function. Now, suppose the question came in the examination that find the factorial. Suppose a question comes, find the factorial of a given number. If people are knowing it to do using normal programs, or you can write the normal function for it. But what if we have to do this program using recursion? Means you have to find the factorial of a given number using recursion. Then what we will do? We have to solve it using recursion. That means we have to define a function which will call itself. We have to define a function which will call itself. And definitely the calling of function should stop somewhere. Okay? So we are starting it. We are going to write it. How we can define a function? Okay? Very simple. To define a function, we know we can use which keyword? Def keyword. Def. Okay, and now suppose I want to give the name of my function is fact. Fact, and here I am getting the argument. Okay, that means the parameter I am getting the argument. Suppose I want to find the factorial of a number n. Means def is the keyword to define the function. The function name is fact and n is the argument which is being passed at the time of the calling of this function fact. Okay, and then I am giving the colon over here which simply tells that after this a block of statement will start. Means proper indentation will be done. Okay, now def fact n means we are defining a function fact. Suppose someone passes here 5. What will happen? What will happen? It will again call the function. But we know one thing, that the factorial of a number 0, the factorial of the number 0 is what? 1. That means, as I told earlier, that while using recursion, we should have an end condition also. Programs should automatically terminate, automatically stop somewhere. So what will happen? Def fact n. Here if n equals 0. If n becomes 0. In that case, what will happen? Means if n becomes 0, suppose the value of n passed is 0, then in that case what should be the result? In case of 0, we are knowing that 0 will give rise to what? Factorial 0 will be 1. 0 will give 1. That means whenever 0 will be called, we will get what? 1. That means whenever factorial 0 will be discussed, we will get what? 1. Clear? That means if we will get this one, means factorial 0. Factorial 0 means what? 1. That means whenever we will get n is equal to 0, okay, in that case what will happen? We will simply return one, or we can also do one thing. We will store it in a variable. Suppose we want to keep the value, keep the output in a result. Suppose factorial is will be equal to 1. When n is 0, factorial is 1. Else, if it is not 0, then what to do? If it is not 0, then what to do? If it is not 0, then in that case, else, we will move in else part. Else what we will do? We will simply write factorial is equal to n into factorial of n minus 1, as in our this case. Factorial of 5 is equal to 5 into factorial of 4. Similarly, our factorial will become, means factorial of n will become factorial into factorial is equal to n into factorial of n minus 1. Clear? Now, finally, when it will be called for n minus 1 called for 4, it will become what? 4 into factorial of 3. For 3 it will become 3 into factorial of 2. For 2 it will become 2 into factorial of 1. For 1 it will become 1 into factorial of 0, and for 0 it will move to this section, that is if n is equal to 0 it will become factorial is equal to 1. That means at 0 it will return 1. Factorial of at 0 it will return 1. Clear? That means the value of factorial is 1. The value of factorial is 1 in case of 0. And in rest other cases, the value of factorial is n into factorial n minus 1. Now, after that, we will simply return what? The value of factorial. Clear? Now we have defined the function. What is next? If we have defined this function, after defining this function, we have to call it also. We have to call it also to use in our program. Suppose I am writing here print factorial 0. What will be the output? What will be the output for this? Print 0. 0 will be passed to, suppose our function name is fact. Okay, our function name is fact. 0 will be passed to this argument, this parameter, that is n. Means here 0 is argument. This argument is being passed to this parameter where the function has been defined, that is n. Now what will happen? It will return the value of factorial as 1. That means factorial will become 1. Okay, and here we are going to simply print. Okay, print it. That means here the factorial will become 1 and we are going to print it. Similarly, what will happen when we give print fact 5? It will give the output. Here it will give the output 1. Here it will give the output 120. Now the question arises, how we can say it's a recursive function? Because the function definition is calling itself within the function. That means it is a recursive function, because it is a very basic definition that when a function calls itself, it is called what? Recursive function. Okay, now we will see it in a program also. We will run the program and we will execute it. Okay.